Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will discuss about the replication. Check what all is covered in these topics. So first is replication. Then there is a to use replication. What is a standby server? We'll have an overview of all those topics. What are the types of replication in Postgres, and what are the modes of replication, and what are the replication models. So these are the topics which are covered in the current video, which is part 1 of replication. In the part 2, we'll see exact how it works, the practical demo of the replications. Okay, physical replication as well as logical replication. I'll try to cover in the second part or third part. So let us move to the topic. What is the replication? Replication is basically copying the data from one server to other server. It is called replication. The source is called master server, from where the data is copied from sends the data, and the replica or standby server is the server which receives the data. So why should we use replication? What is the main purpose of, what are the advantages of using the replication? So basically, the number one advantage is you get a high availability. So in case your system, your product primary which is running goes down, or maybe server is crashed, so in that case you will have the second server, which is a replication server, which will act as a highly available. You can point to your connections, applications, or connections to the second server which is replicating. The second main advantage is load balancing. So you can have multiple replica where you can load balance for read purpose. Okay, so for example, we can use PG pool. We can inside that we can use bunch of standby servers for read purpose. If any of the node goes down, then it will not affect your application. The third one is a disaster recovery. So in case of our primary goes down, then we have the secondary the second server which is acting as a DR. So in that case we can use it as a primary. And the last one is data migration. We want to migrate the data from one server to other server, or maybe for upgrading purpose, for some other testing purpose. You can do a replication real time. You can stop the syncing, you can use it, or you can upgrade it. So let us move to the next topic. Is so what are the standby servers? There are two types of standby servers. First is warm standby, and second is hot standby. So warm standby is basically your secondary database will be in a recovery mode. So if you want, you will not able to perform any kind of read operations on the standby server. It is purely for recovery, disaster recovery purpose as a standby server. And in hot standby, you can use your DR as a read only purpose. So at the same time your recovery is going on, and you will able to read the data from the standby as well. So let us move to the next topic, is types of replication. So in Postgres there are two types of replication. One is physical replication. Okay, so physical replication is basically it copies entire cluster from one server to other server. Okay, here we don't have any options to copy the single table, single object, and we cannot do that. We don't have that control. Here everything will be copied, whatever this data is present in that specific cluster. So entire thing will be replicated to the standby server. So in physical replication we have file-based replication, as well. The second one is a streaming replication. These two are the options which are present in physical replication. And the second type of replication is a logical replication. Here you can replicate group of objects from the primary to the standby server. So in that case we can use logical replication to replicate the specific objects. And what are the modes of replication? Correct. So there are two types of modes of replication. First is asynchronous, and second is synchronous. So in asynchronous, your standby server will your primary server will not wait for the acknowledgement whether it has applied all the transactions on the standby server. In synchronous, it will wait for the acknowledgement where it has applied, it has committed all the transactions or the redo transactions on the standby server. So in synchronous mode can affect your performance in case of standby server having any issues, any performance issues. It can impact the performance as there is a commit happening and at the standby server. If there is a delay due to some XYZ reasons, it will impact your primary server as well. Whereas in asynchronous, no performance impact is there as it is not waiting for the commit from the standby servers. Then what are the replication models? So basically you can have a single master, multiple slaves, and you can have multiple masters as well. So where writes are happening at the both the master ends and replicating the data from each other. So that's all guys in this video. So in the next video we will cover about the physical replication, log based replication, as well as streaming replication in the second part, and the third part will be covering the logical replication. If you like the video, please hit the like button and you can comment as well.